Alright guys, today we're here with this 1989 Honda Civic. It's got a B16A swap eBay turbo kit. We've done some things to get this one ready for the dyno. Installed some fuel injector clinic 775cc injectors. We fixed the oil return line for the turbo. It was routed to where it would just collect oil and wouldn't return it to the pan properly. So the car is smoking quite a bit from that. I'm hoping that clears up, but y'all know it may not. We're gonna roll right into it. Tuning this one on Honda Tuning Suit. I've already got a map on there and got our idling pretty decent, and we'll go from there. Got her warming up. Everything appears to be good. We also had an issue with the distributor giving a code for the cylinder position sensor and the car running funny due to it. Got that resolved. Hopefully we're issue free with this tune, but you know how it goes. I know we'll probably have to get rid of this manual boost controller from eBay. I call them the little dial of death. The dial of death. Get this thing strapped down and get into the tuning process. Alright guys, we're going to do a pull with VTEC turned off and see what our air fuels are on the low cam. First time in boost, and I believe that little dial of death stopped us a little early. It did. I got boost cut at 11 psi, and we made it there real quick, about 4,500 RPM. So I'm gonna delete that boost controller and just run a vacuum line to the gate. Alright guys, I'll be back. Alright guys, we're back. I've deleted the manual boost controller, and let's try this again. Alright, that was low cam only, no VTEC. Let's get that boost graph up there. It looked like we made around 5 pounds. Yep, 5.8 psi without the boost controller. Air fuels aren't too bad. Got a little fuel to take out. I'll turn on VTEC. It looks like torque starts falling off around 4,200, 4,300, so that's probably where we'll bring VTEC in. I say we go ahead and do that. Jump right to it. No leaks, everything's looking good. we got VTEC on. I have not tried it yet. Let's see what the hell happens. Alright, we have taken fuel out. I need to lower VTEC just a hair. I noticed that last pull our horsepower numbers were really low. So it looks like we'll probably be looking for a problem here. Pulling this fuel out helped tremendously. Just gonna see what it does. It seemed to run well, but our power output's pretty poor. Let's see how this goes. Fuels did get much better that time and power did come up, but with VTEC on at 5 pounds of boost, that was a whopping 111 horsepower. See what the hell's going on. Alright guys, I have rewired the VTEC solenoid as I found flaws in the wiring, and I don't believe VTEC was actually activating up there at the engine. According to our laptop and our programming, everything appeared fine, but I'm gonna say otherwise. It was not working. There's no way. It's rewired. It should work now. I've added some fuel since it should be much needed. Hopefully I've added enough. We're gonna perform another pull and see how she goes. Much rowdier. Just found this under the dyno, so I had to see where it went. See where it went? We're gonna tend to that, make sure they're all tight. I'll be back. last pull was our blue run. I didn't get much fuel out of it. Hopefully this go around's a little better. For power so far, we've made 175 and 130 torque, and that's on a whopping 5 psi. Alright, the last pull was our green run. As you can see, air fuels did get better right there, but we still need to pull some out. Looks like VTEC actually needs to be brought up to about 4700. So we're going to do all that, and we might even up the PSI a little bit. We'll give that a shot. Alright, the red run was our last run. 177 horsepower, 130 foot-pounds of torque. I did get the boost controller on there and managed it, made it make the same PSI. So I've turned the knob. Hopefully this next pull the boost will go up, but not too much. Kind of aiming for that 200 to 230 horsepower range for power. Hopefully we can get it there by turning the boost up. Boost ain't going up, man. I'm trying to put a vacuum tee in it. It just don't work. Well, we got a whopping 7 psi from that run. We made 186 for power and 135 for torque. Air fuel still look good. Don't think we're gonna hit that 230 mark, but let's just try to hit the 200 mark today, and we'll call this one quits. It's running well. We just need a little more jam out of it. Just so you know, that's how we raise boost. That has a hole in it. That has a hole in it. Just a little leak before the gate. The first tee brought us from 5 psi to 7 psi. Then the second tee brought us from 7 PSI to 9 PSI. The 9 PSI made 210 horsepower and 152 foot-pounds of torque. We're going to leave boost right there. I'm probably going to do one more pull just to make sure things are good when the engine's a little colder, because everything was really hot and well up to temp that pull. I just want to get things a little colder and do the same thing. Then I just got to go over part throttle and two-step, and we're done here. Alright guys, that's a wrap for this one. That last pull was 214 horsepower, 251 for torque, and again that was on 9 PSI. That's a wrap. Off the dyno and wrapped up. Catch this one on the channel next. Done a couple fixes to this one. We'll be tuning in next. So keep an eye out.